Hey everybody, Brandon here with Home Membership. Welcome back for another awesome and insightful episode. Today we're going to be diving in and looking at what to look out for when you're choosing a home warranty company. Now, how we're going to do that, I want to show you some of the things to look out for because I've gone through the fine print of pretty much everybody on the face of Earth, so that way you don't have to. And here are some common things that I see that could be a concern, at least if I was somebody shopping around for a home warranty. So I hope this helps. So one of the most important things to me, at least, assuming HVAC or plumbing or electrical, something major happens that really shuts you down from living your day-to-day life comfortably, would be how quickly you could get back up and running. Now, looking at American Home Shield's fine print, there's a section, time to complete a repair or replacement, and to summarize that for you, it basically says that service cannot be guaranteed in a timely manner. So, gray area, when are they going to be able to get to you? If their service providers are backed up, there's all this different stuff that could happen that would potentially cause them to not be able to take care of you, which means you might be out of that service for an extended period of time. So if you thought that American Home Shield was the only one that has something like that, you could look at Choice Home Warranties as well. Section B2, service requests. Service cannot be guaranteed in a timely manner. They may not even accept the request in the 48 hours, meaning it could take even longer just to be accepted before someone even gets booked and appointed to your case. So these are all things to look out for, and this is pretty much across the board with a lot of the national companies. So you really want to look out for that because it is something that they could use to weasel out of getting there in a timely fashion. Now, what else might be important during this time? So what I think might also be important is, are there going to be hidden fees? Certain things that are not covered? Well, of course, if you're looking at the fine print, for example, Section 5 with American Home Shield, what are your covered items? You'll see that there is an exhaustive list of non-covered items. So you got to be really careful because what happens if now you have some fancy system or intricate thing, it's not like a standard specific unit of HVAC, of heating, of plumbing, electrical, whatever it is, and then all of a sudden you get told that there's that. Then there's also the side where they could hit you with these extra fees for cancellations, for shipment, for restocking. There's all sorts of stuff in their fine print where you could get tacked on additional fees, and that's just completely unfair to you. So those are a couple of things that they could tack on that are just completely unfair to you. So another thing that I would think is valuable to me if I were shopping for a home warranty is the actual quality of repair that's being done. So if you look at First American Home Warranty will decide if they're going to repair or replace. There's also elements of things that are not covered in there, but more importantly, they can rebuild or repair your parts with junk parts. So these are not new parts. These could be, taken off of another refrigerator that something else broke. So they basically salvaged it like a car and they're just taking out the pieces. These work, these work, these work. Maybe it's a 12, 15-year-old refrigerator. They're not even guaranteeing that it's going to be the same make or model. It's not the same brand. It may not be the same color or size exactly. They're just going to figure out some way to bootstrap it together and, somehow it may not even be covered anyway. So I definitely think you want to look at the quality of the actual repair that's being done. If it's a replacement, also make sure that it's being replaced with a good quality new part. So I could really recommend Home Membership, and the reason why I do that is because you get to choose your own service provider. So that means you could pick somebody who's been recommended to you time and time again, friend, family, neighbor, something like that. This person is reputable, they do a good job, they use good quality parts from wherever they source it from. If you're concerned about part quality, we also have a free hard-to-find parts locator, as well as access to a marketplace with over 300,000 parts available. So you definitely will have options where you're covered with Home Membership. Aside from that, we don't have any gray areas or fine print that you have to worry about. All we do is give you a list. This is what we cover. If this happens, you get paid that much. Very simple. That's how much we'll reimburse for repairs up to a certain amount. So if it's a thermocoupler, if it's your electric panel, something like that, if this is what broke, this is how much we'll pay for the part, this is how much we'll pay for the labor, complete transparency. So if you head on over to homemembership.com, you could actually go in, make an account, and see what the coverage chart is. It's based on averages across the board. So there are states where it may be a little more. There are states where it might be a little less. It just averaged out from a national average. And that's so we can provide a transparent and honest service. We are here to get you back up and running as soon as possible. And you don't have to start with a paid plan right away. We have a free plan that has a ton of benefits like some that we covered earlier and even more. If you want those cash benefits though, then I highly recommend the paid plan. But please, most importantly, just do your due diligence, check it out. I went over a couple of things that I've seen across the board on many different companies with their fine print, and I just want you to be aware of that as you're shopping, because these are things that they could use to get you. And if you really are in the marketplace, then I truly, truly believe that home membership is the best choice. All right, my name's Brandon. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.